Kids and cadets, welcome back to Tommy Time. Thanks for coming out and looking at this junk. I recently got 3 units for $50 from the scrapper that delivers. He dropped these off for me. So let's look them over. I've been working on other projects. I haven't messed with these. So let's see if we're going to have any luck with this stuff. This first one's a 2018 Toro. It didn't have a gas cap on this thing. So I just put this bag over the tank. We had a couple of thunderstorms recently. I didn't want any water getting in the tank. So I'll have to order a cap for that. The main issue with this thing, I couldn't test it out when he dropped it off. The pull cord rope is missing. There's no fuel in the tank. Well-used air filter, that's really plugged up. Original Briggs & Stratton filter. I'm assuming it's the original one from 2018. So a couple of things I noticed, like I said, the pull cord and then the safety brake cable is off. The bracket here's been twisted and the cable fell off. I don't know if somebody intentionally did that, but I'll have to straighten out the bracket here and put the cable back on. A while back I messed with one of these 725, same issue with that one. Actually, the issue with the other one was the spring was sprung and all the string would not recoil. This happens to be the same one. So in anticipation of messing with this, I reattached the spring. The spring had sprung. I wound up everything, greased up and oiled up the pawls. Put some oil on the spring. That was all rusty. So hopefully this thing's going to last a while. It's got some great spring action. So what I'm thinking about this one is I'll come back and do a separate video on this. My next video will be this 725. We'll remove the dead recoil and throw this one on it right away and see if this thing starts. Maybe put a little fuel in the tank here. But this is a smart Stow. It's a good looking machine. I'm kind of excited about this one. If it's not blown up, this will be a good seller. Let's come over to this next fine beauty, another Toro recycler with a Quantum. It's got the priming carburetor. This has a production date May of 2007. So it came to me without a plug. I don't know why. Somebody was messing with it. It wouldn't start. Let's throw a plug in this thing. And the safety brake cable is rusted in half. So I tried to put vice grips on it like a dummy again and ended up getting my fingers all cut up again. So I came up with a solution. I just took a zippy tie and tied open the safety brake linkage here. I'm tired of the vice grips falling off and then trying to get them on. They spring off and my fingers end up getting chewed up. So after the 50th time, I finally learned my lesson. So in the future, it's just going to be zippy tie time on these. Oh, I got help. Where you been? I've been working on stuff all day. You've been under that tree doing nothing. I pay you big money and you're not doing a damn thing. You kidding me right now? It's work time. Siesta's over. Okay, throw a plug in this. Stop messing around. I got happy juice here if we gotta fire this thing off. We'll check the air filter too. So crusty and somewhat rusty. What do you think? This thing's been sitting a while. I don't think it's going to start. It's probably got bad gas. Holy smokes. This thing is rough. Tank's empty. That's either a good thing or a bad thing. Good thing, I won't have to rebuild the card. Bad thing, if it's got a crack in the tank, it means all the gas leaked out of the back of it somewhere. And that's $30 right away with a replacement tank. So let's just happy juice it. I don't have gas nearby. We'll happy juice. If it fires off, I'll grab some gas in 2 seconds. Little bit of a bite there on the plug, but we got it off. What's all this oil? That ain't good. So while I left you kids in charge, I ran and grabbed a a gallon can of fuel to put in this thing, come back and this thing's puking oil. What happened when I was gone? You guys should have shut this off for me. We could have had a potential brush fire in Tommy Time's front yard. So I probably should have checked the oil, don't you think? That's Tommy Time's rookie screw up. This thing may not even had any oil in it. But apparently it had too much. You kids are right. So multiple issues. It's got an extra quart, at least. So the safety brake cable broke. We got too much oil. What else? Old air filter. So what killed this thing? It would had to have been the safety brake cable breaking. They were just smoking the mosquitoes prior to that happening. The thing was running and then probably smoking like the dickens. This is an accurate reading. It's been off for a minute. Yeah, overfill, that's what the smoking is. So this is going to be a quick cleanup. I have these Toro safety brake cables. I got a couple of them. We'll get rid of this oil, change the oil in this new air filter. Since you're here, I'm going to put some fuel in it and see if it pours out of the quantum tank. And then I want to see if the primer burps the fuel. I may have to rebuild that if it's not burping. Okay, that's enough to check burpage. I'm going to get down there, prime it 3 times, and see if this thing burps up through the emulsion tube. And then we're in good shape. We should probably turn this over and see if the blade is in one piece. Kind of surprised about this beast. This rough-looking 2007 May production date, May of '07. The primer bulb's fine. Hitting it those few times and it's squirting up and hitting the roof of the carburetor. It's shooting it straight up, so there's no issues with that. So this is going to be a light cleanup. Let's turn this over and then we're going to move down to the Troy-Bilt last. We're spending a little bit more time on this '07 just because I'm surprised it ran. You tilt it back, carburetor on the high side. I'm going to get you down and we'll look at this together. Blades flat but not chewed up on the ends. We still have blade integrity. The belt's in place. A little bit of build-up on the axle. It's got the old style 4-screw transmission. Overall, not in bad shape. A little bit of surface rust. No rust through on the deck. So this blade will clean up. It'll take a nice edge. So yeah, I'm surprised. This thing turned out to be a diamond in the rough. I may do a follow-up video on this one since we had so much success with it. Okay, let's move on to the second newest. It's not the newest. That Toro, the 2018, is newer than this 2016 Troy-Bilt. So when he brought this off the trailer, he said, oh, this one runs. So it's a complete unit minus the guard. So I have some junk mowers. I can steal a trap door. Same thing with this blade. Just needs to be touched up. It's not in bad shape at all. So I'll paint the engine case. All that black wore off. Just makes it look prettier. Okay, thanks for reminding me, checking the oil. You're right, I should have did it. So we'll do it on this 2016. Oh, this one's overfilled too. Today's overfill day. Way up here. Holy smokes. Overfillage on the oil. So it's been a few days on this one. Let's see if it'll start. Pull and go, no priming, no choke, no prime. Just pull for power. Oh, that's cute. Why does it always happen like that? The ones that start initially don't, and the ones that are crap boxes start. So, let me happy juice this thing. He pulled it off the trailer and it ran, so I don't know what gives. So I just pulled the safety brake cable back and it broke. The plastic hook here broke. So I got to put another cable on it. These are the crappy style cables with just the hooky dookie on the back. I don't like this setup. Yeah, so I can't do anything unless I put vice grips on it, but that'll make me angry when they slip off and cut me. But I'll do it for a quick second. If it don't work, we're not going to mess with this TB any longer. So we got issues back there too. That linkage is messed up as well. The end of the cable popped out of the linkage. The two tabs are missing. But it's already toast up here with this broken thing. The vice grips are on it. I don't know for how long. Let's try it. Vice grips popped off from the vibration. So we know what the deal was. The safety brake cable was screwing up. It not releasing the kill coil. So I'll throw another one on. Well, we know it runs. We figured that one out quick, what we need to do for it. Well, thanks for coming out. I didn't know it was going to be a 24-minute video, but 3 for $50. I think this was an awesome deal. We know 2 out of 3 run, and I'm hoping just the way this looks, the condition of this 2018, that this one's going to run. Hopefully it was just the broken recoil string, I believe, is what the deal is on this one. We'll dig into it and figure out if it's the string or spring. Say that 3 times backwards. But I resurrected this one from another 725 project I just completed. We're going to use this as our test piece of equipment. Okay, that's all I got for you. Tell me what you think. 3 for $50 if you think that was good or bad, or what. I know this complete without a bag, this is $150 or $160 or $170. Right around there I'd ask for it, probably $170, and might take a $20 trade in. So I'd get $150 cash and another shitbox mower. So that means whatever I make on these 2 beasts is going to be a good deal. These standard pushers, this will be $100. I'll get 100 calls when I list this for 100. Standard pusher, 21-inch cut. And this is a self-propelled unit, maybe 130 to 150. But like I said, we're at the end of the season. I'm not going to be able to get top dollar. If it was beginning of season, this should go out the door at 150, no problem. Okay, that's all I got for you. Have a good day today. And I'll do maybe a couple more on these two Toros. Thanks.